Woke up this morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'm on walk.
All right, you guys, it is TUNA Talk episode 6. Let's get it. And we don't do tuna because we like it. We do it because it's good for us. And that's the reason that we do tuna. And it's also a good source of vitamin D. If you didn't know, as you get older, your body has less vitamin D in it. A lot of people over 65 actually take vitamin D supplements. So, more reasons to eat your tuna. All right, so what do we have for today? We have some tuna here. So, my baby didn't make me this tuna. I made this tuna, so we're gonna see how good I did at doing hers again. So we're gonna get rid of that. Now, this tuna here, I'm gonna give y'all a good look. There we go. What you thinking? This is the tuna we got, and we're gonna dive right in. Oh, can't forget, still got my goldfish. I'm gonna snack on in between. So let's get it. Let's see how it tastes. Hers is better. The main topic of the day is what to do when you get to the gym. Everybody knows they're supposed to work out. Everybody knows that. But when you get here, when you get to the gym, it can be intimidating. It can make you nervous. You see a big, strong guy, or you see a girl that's squatting 225, and you're like, man, I can't do that. But that's not what you have to do. Went over to the gym and he signed up. And he went back home and said, hey, I'm going to start working out. Now what? Now what? Do you have a plan for when you're working out? Yeah. I'll put something different in here. 1 teaspoon of mayo. I did 1.5 teaspoons of mayo. 2 teaspoons of relish. And then I did a bunch of seasonings, all types of seasonings, and that was about it. You know what? I really need some hot sauce. I think I should do more mayo than I normally do. Or like I do a teaspoon and I'm like flattening it. I don't know. Ours is definitely better than mine. For protein wise, we got 20 grams of protein. We're looking at 38 grams of protein with the egg. Mine more tastes like this regular tuna. We're gonna take a little break from that. We're gonna take a little break and we're gonna take a trip to the whiteboard. Alrighty, so the main topic of today is what do I do now? What do I do now that I signed up for the gym? Because we all know we should work out. Everybody knows they should work out and they should eat better, womp. But we don't do it because we don't know what to do when we get here into the gym. It can be intimidating. You see a big guy in the gym, but honestly, they're probably the nicest person in the world. So what do we do for it? The first thing I would do if I was coming to the gym, or what I tell people, is to understand and set your goals. So number 1, set goals. So how do we set goals? Not as easy as you think. It's not just, I want to lose weight by Christmas time. Like that's not what you do. Or say, I just want to be in a better size by summer. That's not setting a goal. That's an inspiration. That's something that we're working towards, which is also like splitting hairs over the goal, but a goal is more defined. So let's break it down. The way that we break down goals and help people achieve their fitness goals we have this acronym called SMART, SMART, SMART. All right. So with SMART, it's going to let us know how to set goals with better chances of succeeding in them. So S, that stands for specific goal. Now, if I say that wrong, y'all know I'm country and I got a little twang on me, but it's all good. Make sure I spell that right. All right, so we got specific goals. Now that's going to be like, hey, I would like to lose 80 pounds by next year, by this time next year. In 1 year, I want to lose 80 pounds. That is a goal. That is something that we can say, that we can agree to, that we can look forward to, something that we know can happen, okay? Next thing, measurable, all right? All right, measurable. Now, this is also where some people kind of mess up a little bit. They set this goal, but they don't know how to be consistent with it. So if you want to lose 80 pounds in a year, a way that you can measure it and make it measurable weekly, a lot of times you can make sure that you're losing maybe 1 to 2 pounds a week. Or I don't really like that one because especially with women, our hormones fluctuate. But what you can also do is set a goal. Set it measurably. I'm going to make sure I stay in the calorie deficit for 6 to 8 weeks before I have a cheat day. So that's something you can measure, something that's measurable. Another thing that's measurable, you can say, I'm going to make sure I go to the gym 3 times a week. I can measure that. I can make sure I do those things. So something that applies consistent action to it. So you have a big goal, and then you have a goal where you're necessarily just changing your behavior. So small things in your behavior that you can change. Next thing is make sure it's achievable. Achievable. I had to make sure I spelled that right too. So achievable. Make sure it's something that you can actually do. If you came to me and said, I want to lose 60 pounds in 2 months and you've never worked out, honestly, that's a big stretch. But you've never worked out, you've never gotten up early, you've never sweated more than for 2 seconds and immediately wiped it off. That's not an achievable goal for you. So you need to look within yourself and be real with yourself about who you are and about the person you are, about your work schedule, your kids, whatever the case may be when it comes to having fitness goals. Because if you're real with yourself, like, oh, I know that I'm gonna be busy during this time, and I set a measurable goal where each week my goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week, then the specific goal, you keep doing that, you'll get to that. But let's stay where our measurable goal is and make sure it's achievable for us and our lifestyle. And that's a big step that's kind of hard for people to accept and get over that hurdle. Next thing is going to be realistic. So I spelled that right too. Realistic. Now, achievable and realistic kind of are splitting hairs, but the difference between them is realistic goals are going to be things that are just a part of real life. It's not realistic for someone to lose 60 pounds in 2 months. Not saying it's impossible and not saying it doesn't happen. Well, I don't agree. It probably happened healthily, but realistic goals, things that just, don't go against nature. That's where the realistic and achievable is different. Achievable is personal. Realistic is more broad around. Like realistically, if you say you want to run a 5K and you set a goal, a measurable goal to get up at 5 a.m. every morning to go run, but you don't even get up at 8 or 9 a.m. to do anything. So I wouldn't tell you to run at that time. You might be an evening runner, and that's okay, but that's where you have to make it achievable for you and realistic. Anywho, next thing, time bound. Got that one. Didn't have to spell check that one. But time bound. So you want to make sure it has a time frame. Don't just say, oh, I want to lose weight someday. Oh, I'm just going to do it at some point in time. Then that leaves it open ended. We want to put a little fire under your butt. So if you tell me, oh, CD, I want to lose weight by next year, then I'm going to be like, okay, so realistically, for you're looking at 80 pounds. Within a year with good eating and good diet. And I said, well, how are we gonna measure that out? You don't always have to go in order when you talk to people. How are we gonna measure that out? Well, I need you to go ahead and make sure you stay in the calorie deficit for these 6 weeks. And we're gonna work out 2 times a week. All right, boom. Next thing, is it achievable? Yes, your goal is completely achievable. So we're going to do that. And also with measurable, every 2 weeks, we're going to weigh ourselves to make sure we're staying on track. All right. And then realistic. It is realistic. Maybe the person for this scenario, the person got a trainer and they're able to use me because I'm going to push you. Next thing, time frame. We got a year. That's our time frame right there. So if we do all these things before we work out, and this can be a really quick assessment in your brain for yourself before you work out. You could do this on your car ride back from your gym membership sign up. Then we'll be able to be a little bit more successful. All right, next thing. So we got our goals. Now we get in the gym. You had your trainer meeting. You get in the gym, you had your trainer meeting, you talked to your trainer. You weren't able to afford it, but y'all talked about the goals. So workout time. It's time to work out. Now, This is where knowing your goals is going to be important. Number one, we know our goal. So how many days a week did we say? So for most people starting out, they usually do two to three times a week. All right. 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Once you start getting into 4 to 5 times a week, it gets a little more special, cater to more about your personal goal. Now, usually when it's 4 to 5 times a week, someone might be working really hard to increase their leg strength or increase their upper body strength. So we spend more time hitting those same muscle groups. Now, if I had to structure a workout for somebody with this right here, 2 times a week, what I would say is we would literally do full body, both times. Full body, not the same full body workout, but one maybe pull and then the other maybe push. Now that can change depending on your starting point, but for the most part where you'll be hitting legs twice a week, you'll be hitting your upper body muscle groups and your stabilizer muscles will be resting while your muscles that are your main focus group that day are going to be working. Now, usually with a full body 2 times a week, I'll tell the person either a Tuesday or Thursday or Monday, Friday situation. That way you can rest. Because usually if it's 2 times a week, and you're probably not really used to training. Next thing would be 3 times a week. Now this is a person who's getting back into it. 3 times a week, we're doing legs. And then we're going to hit chest and back. And then we're going to do a full body workout. And we're going to do a full body workout, all right? So, and then that's how I would structure a workout for if I was doing 2 days or 3 days a week. Like I said in the previous video, staying consistent for 6 to 8 weeks in your workout program is the best way to see results. Don't be switching it around. So when you come into the gym, make sure you set your goals. Make sure that you follow your workout program based on your body type. But if you do 2 times a week, you can do pull push. If you do 3 times a week, you can do legs, chest, and back and full body. And that's just an example. But if you really want to tune in to what you got going on and really focus, the best way is going to be to get a trainer, 110%. All right. All right. That main topic was great. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you were able to take some information from it and use it effectively. Now, let me get back to this tuna. Here, I got to make sure I get all my proteins. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's Green Bay. You already know I'm a Packers fan all the way. What's crazy is we're 4-1-1 and we're still top seed. Now, the Steelers game is definitely going to be an important game. Excuse me. Not just for Aaron Rodgers, but as far as us, we need to really separate ourselves going on in the NFL, but defense is showing up and showing out on all sides, on everybody's team. I'm loving what defense is doing. During that game, I had to watch it on TikTok. I watched the Green Bay game on TikTok. It was crazy. We had the Lawrence balls off last weekend, which was great. There's this kid from Green Sea Floyds. He was the only one that beat me the other day, but it's all good. Mine are so, you can, my mind can really taste the tuna. I'm still taking this thing right here. What has it been? It's been 2 weeks. I've been taking it when I work out. I don't know. I'm able, I feel like I'm getting a little stronger, but we won't know until we're definitely like a month in to this. Because this would be the biggest thing that I changed with my diet. So, still doing 2 scoops in this bad boy because I'm a beast. But it's still going strong. So I haven't seen any adverse side effects at least. Government shutdown was wild. I think it's crazy. I think that the worst part about this. So I live in South Carolina and I saw, people that, EBT won't be allowing, won't be administering funds. And you get in the comment section and you just see people be like, good. Now those people have to work. So just some real racist stuff. I mean, it's just like, okay, what are you trying to prove? And then I know a lot of people, a good majority of them do work. Now, I'm not saying some people don't work and get food stamps, but I'm thinking most of them do because in this economy, the government sucks. You can't just live out the government. So government doesn't suck. It's untrustworthy. The government's untrustworthy. But I find that odd and inhumane to to mock and laugh about people. It was weird. It was weird about people not being able to feed their kids, about people not being able to eat, and they're gonna have to go to food distribution places and get, like, those people are not nice. Crossing out food. Some of them are not nice. Trust me. Last bite. You already know what time it is. It's time to go work out. TUNA Talk. We out of here. See y'all next Friday.
This morning with breath in my lungs, giving God my praise. If I'm still breathing, then God isn't done. I'ma walk by faith. Go tell the devil that I'm not the one. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's my strength. Tell him God's